Okay. I've actually been struggling to get this thing to record. So for a second there, I was doing comedy traditionally by just doing it. But now I'm actually recording it. So now I'm just gonna start doing that. There's a lot of traffic going on. It's like Thursday. I don't know what day it is. I mean, geez. I know it's Thursday because Friday's tomorrow. I mean, that's all I know. I don't know. So I'm like the spokesperson for extreme sobriety. I'm the spokesperson for extreme sobriety. This is what honesty looks like. Alright. No, I do drugs. I mean, you know that. I'm on drugs right now. I am. If you boiled this jacket into a tea, you'd probably find your spirit animal. You know, your spirit animal or my spirit animal. My spirit animal is actually a Walmart in Akron, Ohio. It just keeps telling me I can do twice the work in half the time, and that's the reason I stay unemployed. Do they even have to think about that? You know, my spirit animal is a Gatorade bottle that thinks it's filled with piss. It's super anxious. Like, that's how many drugs I'm on. I've done acid over 250 times, you know, this year. And acid doesn't affect me. That's not even, like, legit, really, compared to some people. Now, I've done acid over 250 times this year, and acid doesn't affect me. I don't even know why I do it. I keep getting bad acid all the time. My street name is Placebo. That's what they call me. You know, Placebo. Hey, this acid isn't working. You say, of course it isn't. Yeah. Seriously, I mean, completely sober. I wake up every morning and think, oh great, the sky's exploding. How should I dress? You know, covered in ants or covered in spiders. What do I choose? Jeez. Have I said that marijuana is a gateway drug? Yeah, I probably haven't, but marijuana is a gateway drug. I'm the face of extreme sobriety. It's a gateway for realizing your boss is an asshole. Alright. Not my boss. My boss is great. No, he is actually pretty good. He'll hear this. And I don't know what he'll think. You know, that's what'll happen. That'll be awesome. They say the early bird gets the worm, but the meth bird stays awake. So who really gets the worm? You know, early bird or meth bird? I mean, everyone should know this one. Everyone knows a tweaker. And it's not a trick question. It's still the early bird that gets the worm. Because the meth bird is never hungry. You have, like, neighbors and friends and family. I mean, anyone here ever throw up on themselves because they're too fucked up to get out of the way? Anyone? Me neither. I have not thrown up on myself because I was too fucked up to get out of the way. I threw up on myself so I wouldn't have to clean my car. Yeah, I did it because I was smart. Just threw up on my chest. And then I stepped out of my car and I brushed off the vomit and I went right to work. You know, because I'm essential to my job. I was on in like 10 minutes. I mean, I wasn't driving, I was just in the car in the parking lot. I mean, that's where you do all the drugs. You have to time your drugs to, like, stay like this. You do, you have to time your drugs, you know? Jesus. See, look at this. This is what I have to deal with. Like, I want to tell a good joke, but then I get a bunch of traffic noise, and I can't tell it. So I'm just sitting there trying to think of a great joke. Fucking horrible. Like, these are the situations that I have to, like, work with. So my new fetish is looking suspicious. My new fetish is looking suspicious. It's fucking easy. You know, thank you, in fact. No, it's sometimes I work at it. You know, whenever I go to the airport, I just wear a turban. just walk around the airport with a turban and a huge boner. Now, sometimes when I see the cops, I just run the opposite direction. That's exciting. But then they catch me because it's hard to run when you're jerking off. If I said it in the right tone, I won't get arrested. That's what I feel like, Saw the new Wonder Woman porno the other day. Wonder Woman has a porno series. There's a series of pornos like Wonder Woman. I saw the 7th one. It was the latest one. It was pretty good. It didn't have much of a budget, though. You know what the Wonder Woman pornos are like. It's like Wonder Woman. Her vagina is the golden lasso of truth. She's Wonder Woman, but that's her. She has the golden lasso. But the golden lasso is just she screws people and she gets them to tell the truth. That's her superpower. That's the theme of all these Wonder Woman movies, pornos. But they get redundant, But the latest one, like I said, it didn't have much of a budget. Like every time Wonder Woman screwed someone, they just kept telling her they didn't know anyone in Hollywood. All right, thank you. I don't have any bestiality jokes because I'm a pro. I don't have any bestiality jokes. I don't have any jokes about animal fucking. However, I'm an artist. So I do know a guy with a set of ivory butt plugs. I know a guy with a set of ivory butt plugs. Why would I make that up? But, it's ethical ivory. It's ethical. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. The butt plugs are over 150 years old. So they grandfathered in. Obviously. Man, they say everything comes in handy for the obsessive masturbator. It's true. Last night I jerked out to complete privacy. I wore a tinfoil hat while I did it. Speaking of which, people say the hardest thing about being in the Illuminati is pretending you're not at the meetings, but that's not true. Actually, the hardest thing about being in the Illuminati is staring at Iggy Azalea's ass and making sure it stays important. Actually, it's not even close, but there's a lot of internships. It's actually very, very tough. It's tough at the beginning, What I think the hardest thing about being in the Illuminati is having to listen to conspiracy theories long enough to get blamed for them. That's what I have to do. I have to listen to all these conspiracy theories. But I have to, just listen to the good parts. They don't even have to be true. I just have to listen to the good parts. And then I mix the good parts together and make a real conspiracy out of it. And that's my job, pretty much. My latest conspiracy is a conspiracy to make people think that smoking bed bugs will get you high if you're a junkie. Yeah, that's our conspiracy. Making people think smoking bed bugs will get you high if you're a junkie. That's what we want people to think, Because, junkies run out of junk, and it'd be a neat way to get them to clean up their own shit, See, we're practical, too. I mean, these are practical conspiracies. But there's a new one out right now that Disneyland and Star Wars are going to be in the same park because somebody powerful in Hollywood wants more kids to choke themselves in closets. That's a new one. I mean, I haven't actually formulated that. I mean, I haven't. That's still on the internet as a conspiracy theory. I know, right? Fucking crazy. I think Disneyland and Star Wars together should buy the whole David Cronenberg catalog, of movies. David Cronenberg's catalog of movies, all the canon of David Cronenberg. That way they could build a section of the park for me to sober up in. I wanted to get into if I get into reality, it's not funny. So I have to tell jokes. Oh, jeez. Alright, can't even drink a cup of coffee? So me and my girlfriend got into a huge argument because we're Italian. It's fucking crazy. I have a girlfriend in this job. Yeah, I was sitting on a toilet, just getting ready to go to work. You know, being a responsible citizen. And then, it's 6:30 in the morning, and she kicks the door in, and she starts waving this dead electric razor in my face. Like a dead Lady Norelco. And she says, hey, this isn't working. And there's a thick hair in here. Have you been using my Lady Norelco? I said, no, I haven't been. You know that. You know, maybe your hair is thickening up. And then we got into a terrible argument, like the most Italian argument ever. It went on for 15 minutes. We didn't throw anything, but, you know, it was very, very Italian. It was about, like, thick hair. And it was stupid. Stupid argument because we're in love, you know, and she knows I don't use the tools to shave myself. Like, not those tools, because I have a phobia. I have a phobia. I'm afraid of, like, spinning blades near my junk. Plus, I mean, these tools have interchangeable heads, and they're made in China, and they're made out of plastic. And there could be a horrible accident. And I've seen a bunch of Clive Barker movies. I grew up in the 90s. It could just explode, and then it would just be entirely my fault. It'd be like Vietnam all over again, you know. But you know, I take care of myself, because I'm a man. I groom myself, I shave myself, but I do it the manly way. Yeah, I use a lighter. Use a lighter to manscape, because that's what a real man does. A real man smells like barbecue, because a real man stands too close to the grill. Real men are intelligent like that. You have to know how your hair burns to get it right, you know? You have to know, like, how much fuel is in each hair. Oh my God. What are we doing right now? I saw the news today. There's a news story. There's this man swallowed a live trout. And he made the news because he died of it. Yeah, he choked to death on a trout. It just goes to show you not all people are pelicans. Oh, great. The Durex. You know Durex makes condoms and like other like things. But mostly condoms. They're mostly known for condoms. Well, Durex just came out with a condom that enhances male sensitivity. Now, enhances male sensitivity. Yeah, finally, right? Yeah, for added protection, each condom is wrapped in its own little apology note. Oh my gosh. Oh, the cops are going past. This is awesome. All right. Oh, jeez. People are afraid of clowns. I don't know if you know this, but people are afraid of clowns. And the reason we know this is because they ripped out all the Ronald McDonald out of, like, McDonald's restaurants, like 7 years ago. That's how we know. Like, clowns were scaring away business. That was the thing that, like, turned it. You know? And probably all that Joker shit, like that shooting, you know, stuff like that. But people got super afraid of clowns. And they ripped all the Ronald McDonald's out of McDonald's. And they replaced Ronald McDonald and all his friends with this ad campaign that just says, I'm loving it all the time. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you're old enough to know this, but they did that. There's no more Ronald McDonald. It's just, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's the jingle, too. That's the most important part. But they changed this whole ad campaign to I'm loving it all the time. And as part of this ad campaign, at McDonald's, they had this deal. I don't know if they still have it, but if you go into McDonald's on Mother's Day, and you call your mother from the restaurant, and you tell her you love her. If you tell her you love her, they'll give you a free burger and fries on Mother's Day only. That's a real thing. That's a real thing that McDonald's does. It is. I mean, it's the truth. It was an ad campaign. And I saw that ad campaign, and I thought, wow, you know, what a great way to disappoint mothers. You know, I mean, it was a short-lived ad campaign. I don't know if they still do it, but it was an ad campaign. Why would I make that up, you know? But what a great way to disappoint mothers. Can you imagine the calls people are getting from McDonald's on Mother's Day? From McDonald's? Like, hey mom, it's me, I'm at McDonald's. Yeah. I know, it's been a while. No, I stopped licking feet in that dungeon years ago. I stopped licking feet in that dungeon. I'm much better now. You know, I'm actually, I'm a responsible citizen. I'm a responsible citizen. I'm actually participating in medical experiments, Mom. I participate in medical experiments. I'm part of the team that cured Hep C. No, Mom, I'm still on the dope. You know, we don't have time for this. I can't be the other voice on the phone. But I just want to call you, Mom, and tell you that I love you. And I love you so much. Thanks for the fries. You know, and that's the calls people are getting all the time from McDonald's. It was a very short-lived ad campaign, but I don't know. I don't know. If McDonald's really wanted to make people think that it loved them, like, or they loved it, I think they just install showers in the place of business, right in the restaurant, you know. That way all the people that, you know, went better at 10 in the morning can go into work and wash off all the dog shit, you know. That would be benevolent, right? I mean, it's not like a living wage or anything. I don't know. What's the minimum wage? Whatever McDonald's pays. Hey, that's a great joke. It's whatever Walmart pays, right? That's an even better joke. Unless you want to be committed to your job and like work for charity. You know, they actually pay the most minimum wage, but you know, you get into the business that way. You know, that's the way charity works. I'm a horrible person, but what should I talk about? Anyways. So I do a lot of drugs, so I have to study. I have to study for it. I have to like know how to talk about them, you know, as part of my business, you know. But so I was watching this documentary about spiders. It's a really good one. It's a documentary. It's like a David Attenborough special. Where they give these spiders drugs to see what kind of webs they would draw, because spiders have like really small brains, and people don't know how drugs work, or they do know, but they want to see it on like other things, like with little intelligence. So they're giving all these drugs to spiders because spiders actually can express a letter in the world, and the letter is actually their web. So they could do like one A, you know, the A, and that's it. That's their letter. So they started giving these spiders flies laced with LSD to see what kind of webs they would draw. And they started changing their letters, you know. Like the more acid they got, the more the letters got changed. Like they were testing them on orb weavers, and the orb weavers would turn into funnel web spiders. They spin funnels, you know, when they got really tripped out. And then the spiders spun some Mobus strips, which was really bad. Like Mobus strips. And then they spun little peace symbols and little art projects. And finally the spiders just spun a ball of web in the corner of the cage, like a solid ball of web, a very small one. And they stood on this ball of web, and they said, I'm done with this experiment. And they kept giving him like more acid on flies, and the spiders just kept doing the exact same thing. So like five more like that. And I thought, you know, that's an interesting experiment, you know, but what a horrible trip for those flies, right? What a horrible trip for those flies. Because, you know, flies have 10,000 eyes, and if they're on acid, that's a terrible start. That's horrible, you know, they have 10,000 eyes. You know, plus, like, flies, psychologically, have complete freedom. Like, they eat shit all day. They eat shit all day and they love it. And they have wings and they can get from shit to shit. And that's all they do. And then they sleep, I guess. Flies have a tremendous life. It's complete freedom. And then they're stuck in a web on acid. You're stuck to like some furniture that they don't even know the concept of furniture. All they know is shit. Like, can I get away from shit? They never even think about it. You know, and they're on acid. And then they get eaten by a giant spider. Like, can you imagine that? Can you imagine being eaten by a spider while you're on acid? While you're conscious? Like, I would just pretend it wasn't happening. What could I do? You know, oh my God, these breathing exercises aren't working, and then you get eaten by a spider while you're on acid. It's like the worst for flies. It's the worst. Like, I've done 2 hits of acid once at Disneyland, and I freaked out. I was on Pirates of the Caribbean. I was peeking, and I started freaking out. I wasn't even on the ride. I was just staring at the restaurant. I was in line. And they had to take me away, and they had to put me in like a smaller section of the park, like to sober up. Oh, God. But can you imagine that, just be eaten by a spider while you're on acid? It's fucking terrible. I just came out here just to generate empathy for flies. That's all I did. Yeah. Anyways, I don't say I'm a Buddhist. No. Well, they tested other drugs on the spiders, by the way. They tested caffeine on the spiders. It's a real thing. You can go look it up. They tested caffeine on the spiders. And they drew really chaotic webs that couldn't catch any flies. Like, there was unequal spacing. So flies would just go right through. And then they dosed these spiders with meth. And then the spiders realized they were covered in spider and flipped out. That's a real thing. Ugh. Alright. Oh, God. I should stop and just start making money. No, I think that's it. That's it for tonight. I have to go to work tomorrow. I got a busy day of work. I'm going to be up at 5 in the morning. I'm going to be on a ladder. I might fall and damage all this money. Anyways, thanks for your time. Here's all the traffic. I've been Mike Coppolino. Have a great night. Alright. What is it? Alright. No. It says 23 minutes, so I cheated. God. Alright, go listen to the other ones. I guess. Go listen to the other ones.